Okay, welcome to this presentation, Lab 7. In this test plan, we're going to test the Apple website, and our team came up with 4 requirements. I'm going to demonstrate requirement number 2 with all the tests, and also one test for requirement number 4. So let's take a look at requirement number 2. So the user will be able to compare the specs of the products. In this scenario, people wanting to buy Apple products may want to compare similar products having the specs side by side. In this case, we're testing for Macs, iPads, and iPhones if the website shows the specs side by side and if you can select different products. So let's take a look at our automation here. First one for a Mac. So this automation includes navigating to the correct page. And once we are at the compare page website, we can select different Macs and then see the specs side by side. So you can see the automation is taking a look here at which products we want. And it checks if the names are correct here. Successful. Okay. Second test does the same thing for iPads, which includes opening the website, navigating to the specific page where you can compare the iPad models. And once you get there, you can pick which iPad you want to compare, and then you can scroll down and see the specs side by side. Again, it asserts if the text for the ones that we have selected are correct. And then last one for the iPhone, same thing, which includes navigation. Once you get to the page, you select specific iPhones and asserts the name of the iPhones we've selected, and the specs are side by side. Successful. Perfect. And then let's take a look at requirement number 4. Oops. There, requirement number 4. So the user can easily contact the company and get support. And this specific test number 1, get Apple Watch repair prices, is a scenario where someone has an Apple Watch, the screen is broken, and it shows the navigation through the website on getting support on that, and finding the page with the prices for repair for all the available Apple Watches. Let's take a look at our automation. Let's run. So as I said, this is going to include the navigation to contacting Apple, informing what type of device you have, and then informing what's wrong with the device, and then seeing the available options. And in this case, this person needs to find the prices, and it checks if the page is correct. And you can scroll down here and see that all the prices for Apple Watches are available.
Alrighty, hello. This is Group 8, our Week 7 lab. And my name is Hunter. I'll be going over our third requirement, which tests, we're doing the Apple website for this lab. And this requirement tests the functionality of the cart and adding things or removing things to it, or in Apple's case, the bag, they call it. So this first test, we'll test if we can add something to the bag that the user is interested in purchasing. So we'll go ahead and run this one. We're finding some AirPods, adding those. Looks like it worked. So we've got this assert text, which looks at this little number up here and the little bag icon. Make sure that there's only the one item. So that works. And our second test, same thing, but it checks if we can remove items from the bag. So we'll be adding something else as well, and then removing it. So I got to remove it though before running it, otherwise it'll add more. So if we run this one here, for some reason this one does take a long time for number 12 here. So we add the AirPods, and then we find some AirTag and add one of those as well to the bag. And then for some reason it just sits here for about 30 seconds before it actually removes. So while I'm waiting for that, we'll look at the third test. I'll explain that. And this one, make sure that once we have the items in the bag that we want to purchase, that we can actually go ahead and continue to the checkout screen. There we go. Looks like it removed it. And once again, it inserts that text up here saying that the air tag has been removed from the bag. Perfect. And then we go on to the third one. Like I said, is making sure that we can pay once we have the items we want. We run that one. Again, we add the AirPods. And we go, we sign, asks to sign in. Perfect. So we sign in as a guest, and then it asks how we'd like it delivered, or how we want to get our order, and we say I'd like it delivered. And then we're in the checkout screen here, so that's what this Assert is checking, that we're on the correct screen. So those are requirement 3, and then I've got one for requirement 4 here, which is testing the user being able to contact the company for questions and things like that. So this one tests if we can find Apple resellers near the location of zip code that you put in. So we can go ahead and test that one. All right, goes to the Apple locator screen, puts in the zip code there, and then brings up a list of nearby resellers. So we've got this Assert here that looks right here, making sure that we're looking at the right place that we've been putting the zip code for, and so that works. It's looking good, and that is requirement 3 and one for requirement 4.
So this is Adam, and for my tests, I tested Apple's search bar functionality, which you can see right here, that it works correctly and lets you search for things. Additionally, I created a test for finding contact information. So if I run these tests, you can see that the contact information test runs correctly. I'll pull it up here in a second. And that the search bar works for several different cases. So it lets you search for refurbished items, support items, as well as gift cards. And as you can see here, I've got asserts at the bottom. For the contact, I'm asserting that the contact information for United States support is there. For search 1, I'm asserting that we were able to navigate to the certified refurbished site. I'm asserting for the support page that we got to Apple support. And lastly, for gift cards, I'm asserting that we found the Apple gift card page. And in each of those cases, the test works just fine.